Hey everyone, it's Tara. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing my May wrap up. So if you want to see what I read during the month of May, just keep watching. So I did end up getting through 7 books this month, which was much better than last month. So the first one I ended up finishing in May was Battle Royale by Lucy Parker. I did start this one in actually March, and I didn't finish it till May. So I was kind of in a bad reading slump for April. But anyways, so this is a romantic comedy about Sylvie and Dominic, who are both bakers and they own shops across from each other. So Sylvie has like colorful creations, and then Dominic's is more like a traditional shop. And then Sylvie was a contestant on a baking show where like Dominic was the judge years prior. But now she's been asked to guest judge on the show for like this upcoming season. So they have to work together. They also are both in the running to do like a wedding cake for the royal wedding. So they've both been tasked to kind of like compete in that aspect too, of which baker is going to like do the royal wedding cake. So it kind of goes from there. I did think that this one was a cute book and it had like some depth with the characters. It did feel a little long and there was a lot of plot points to wrap up at the end. There was a lot going on, like more than one side plot, and then you have the romantic element of it as well. So I just think that was like probably like one too many. I did enjoy Sylvie and Dominic's love story and the baking aspect, as well as like the royal wedding aspect of it as well. Thought that was cute. I did end up giving this one a 4-star overall though. The next one I listened to via audio, and that was the A.B.C. Murders by Agatha Christie. And so this is a Poirot book. A serial killer is on the loose and he seems to have like an alphabetical obsession. His calling card is an ABC railway guide, and his murders are starting with A and then they go to B, and then it goes from there as they try and solve this mystery. I did enjoy, again, this Agatha Christie mystery. It was my second one. I did read And Then There Were None a couple months ago and enjoyed it. It was my first like Poirot read. Apparently he has like or Agatha Christie has multiple Poirot books, and this is like number 13 in it. Didn't realize that, but it was still good, and it can be read on its own. It can be read as like a standalone. I definitely like detective mystery, so it was no surprise that I enjoyed this one. I didn't end up guessing the killer either. I thought it was part of this little group, and I was off, so I thought that was a fun aspect of it as well. I did end up giving this one a 4-star. I will definitely be checking out more from Agatha Christie in the future. The next one I read is Devil of Dublin by B.B. Easton. This one I read on Kindle, so I don't have a physical copy in front of me, but I did end up giving this one a 4-star. It is a dark romance, so it's a dark mafia romance, and it's about Darby. She ends up visiting like her grandfather in Glynshire, Ireland, like every summer. It starts when her first summer there is when she's 8, and she meets a boy when she's on the search for fairies. So there's like folklore in this, Irish folklore in this, which I thought was a fun aspect of it. So Kellen is mute and the town calls him like the son of Satan. But Darby realized that that isn't true, and it goes back and forth from the summer a few more, and then they grow up into teenagers, and then they don't see each other for years. She doesn't come back to Glynshire for years later until her grandfather passes away, and then the story picks up from there. So this was a good and very sad, with both the main characters having to deal with like dark past and things that happened to them. I enjoyed the descriptions of Ireland and then the folklore in the book. Like I mentioned before, it does have like tropes of like soulmates or childhood friends to lovers, and then of course like a damaged hero, which are the tropes in this one. I did enjoy it, ended up giving it a 4-star, and will probably read from B.B. Easton again. Next one I have is An Extraordinary Union by Alyssa Cole. This is a romantic suspense set during like the Civil War. It would probably be considered a historical romance as well. Elle is a spy undercover as a slave in the South, even though she is free. She meets Malcolm McCall, who is like a Pinkerton detective undercover to infiltrate like a rebel group. in the South. He meets Elle and they join forces to help like the Union Army while fighting their attraction for each other. So I thought this was good. I enjoyed the spy plot of this book. It definitely had me nervous at the end of what was going to happen. I liked Elle and Malcolm together, even though Malcolm had a lot to learn from Elle. I liked how she could like kind of hold her own in this book as well. So this is my first Alyssa Cole and I definitely enjoyed it. Next one I read is Spoiler Alert by Olivia Dade. So this one is a romance, like a contemporary romance. So April posts like a cosplay picture, like she's dressed up in cosplay of like a very popular show. They kind of relate it to like kind of like Game of Thrones-esque. It was very interesting. Anyways, so Marcus stars on the show and she gets some really like cruel comments about her weight and like the cosplay outfit and everything. And then so he like steps in and says he would be happy to go on a date with April. And then unbeknownst to either of them, they actually know each other on like their fan fiction forum that they're a part of. And they have actually been good friends for years. So Marcus figures that out on their like first date together, but is worried that like if he tells April, it might get out and he could like get sued or lose his contract with the show. So he kind of keeps it secret and it goes from there. I did enjoy like the fan fiction aspect of it. I thought that was fun and unique. I haven't read that before. And the romance was cute. The idea of Marcus not telling April about that, that they know each other on the forum was kind of flimsy though. Like, why wouldn't you say something if you trust this person? So I thought that was kind of like, you know, they always have to have the third act breakup. And I thought that was like a flimsy way to do it. But anyways, other than that, I thought it was cute. I did end up giving it a 4-star. Next one, I did read another historical romance, and that one was Tempt Me at Twilight by Lisa Kleypas. Absolutely love Lisa Kleypas. I did end up giving this one a 4-star, or excuse me, a 5-star. So this is part of the Hathaway series. It is book 3. I actually hadn't read any of the other books, but this one can be read on its own. So Poppy wants normalcy in her life, but fate kind of got in her way and she ends up meeting Harry Rutledge, who's a hotel owner. He has like wealth, power, and he's a dangerous reputation. Their friendship and flirtation kind of puts her or both of them in a compromising situation that could have potentially ruined Poppy's reputation. So she agrees to marry Harry and it goes from there. I love that he knew he wanted Poppy from their like first meeting and he would do whatever to have her. I loved the family aspect in this book. I thought it was adorable. The Hathaways are amazing. Fictional family. Also, like the aspect of the hotel was fun because you got to see like the inner workings of it. And then even like Harry doesn't really have like a family in this book, but the hotel kind of acts as his family. And I thought that was fun. The tropes are marriage of convenience, and I did enjoy that. So I thought that was another good Lisa Kleypas. The last one I have is The Bodyguard by Katherine Center. This is another contemporary romance, and I gave this one a 5-star. I absolutely loved this one. So this is about Hannah, who's like an executive protection agent or a bodyguard. Her company is hired to protect Jack. He's a superstar actor while he goes home to Texas because his mom is sick. They end up having to fake date because his family doesn't know about his stalker. And so they end up having to like scheme to kind of like not stress his mom out while she's sick. And so it is small town. It is fake dating. I loved the couple. Hannah is so capable at her job, but can be like vulnerable with Jack because he's just so easy to talk to. I adored the family and the ranch. I liked the team she worked with as well. I definitely had some interesting characters on her team. I actually ended up reading this one in like 2 days and I was very proud of myself. So anyways, definitely check this one out. It's 5-star. So those are all the books that I read during the month of May. Let me know if you've read any of them and your thoughts in the comments below. Like and subscribe if you'd like to. Bye. Her grandfather, oh my goodness, Hercule, I can't say that word.